is this? Tabletop Island, huh? Let's see what this is all about. Fly through magical lands on an enchanting ship in a game of Celestia, where lying, trickery, and a little bit of luck determine how far you make it. Each turn you have a captain who must roll and convince everyone else they have the matching cards to make it to the next island. It's your job to figure out when they are lying, because if you don't get off and they lied, you all crash and nobody remaining on the ship gets treasure. Can you make it through without crashing? Or will your friends lure you to failure?
Welcome to Tabletop Island. I'm Bernardo, your host, and today we are going to be talking about the game Celestia. And this is one of the first social-like games I will be talking about here on this channel. By social game, that means that you playing a part in the game as yourself is going to really dictate how well you do. One of the things on this game specifically is you have to lie. You have to be convincing that the die you rolled, you have the cards for. And even though you may have 3 cards in hand and you rolled 3 different symbols, you have to convince them that you rolled that. And there are a lot of people that may not trust you, but the more convincing you're able to be, the better you are, because then if you do crash, at least you take them with you. Or if you have an escape plan with some of the specialty cards in the game, then you have a way to lure them to failure and make it through on your own. This is a 2 to 6 player game. I think it works a little bit better with more people. I don't recommend it, or at least I don't see myself playing it as a 2-player game, but it is a fantastic game to kind of catch up with friends. It's a good game that allows you to talk about other things, and that doesn't really take away from the game since you are playing yourself, and it may help you out in the long run. If you've played with me, you would understand how that really works. Why do people keep texting me while I'm trying to film? I think the board itself looks fantastic. In fact, you got all those little island tiles, which seem simple with the cards that match. Very beautiful artwork, but the cool little shit that you kind of have to build, it's kind of like a little puzzle piece to put together. It's really cool. But the majority of the game is just rolling and being more convincing with your roll. And obviously you don't have to actually play the role of a character. If you do, that's going above and beyond, and it can be fun. I think in terms of a family perspective, that might be the direction you want to take. But there isn't too much to speak on in regards to the game. The art's great. The game length is fantastic. It's easy to teach. I don't think that it has a really high learning curve to where somebody will understand a little bit more than you and have an advantage. I think there is an easy amount of advantage for everyone, because honestly you could have 5 cards, roll 3 of the same symbol, and everyone's like, yeah, they probably have it, and you still don't have it. But you convince them that you did because you have a lot of cards, and it's easy to convince people with that. I think the game is relatively cheap. I do recommend it. I will have a link in the description as to where to buy it if you are interested. You can also go to BoardGameGeek.com for some of the instructions to kind of learn a little bit more prior to making that investment. Again, as always, I do recommend checking out your local game shop. This is a game I see pretty commonly in terms of their open game section, so always look out. It's always great to test games before you make any kind of investments. There's not much more stress I can put on that, but that is honestly all I have for you guys today. Again, if you want notifications on my new videos, just hit the bell somewhere up there. On Mondays, I do my regular board game reviews. On Wednesday, I do my weekly update/talks, which are going to be updating soon. You will see a little bit more substance in that moving forward. And on Friday, I do my vintage board game reviews. But that is all I have for you guys today. See you guys next time.